Good afternoon, everyone. As I'm sure you've read by now, Keir Starmer wrote into the Daily Express today and said that Britain's future is outside the EU. What a fucking scumbag. Keir Starmer ran his leadership campaign 3 years ago, promising to be Jeremy Corbyn but better, and now he's pretty much making Rishi Sunak look like a socialist. And I just can't believe how someone like Keir Starmer can be such a backstabber and just pretty much promise us worse than what the Tories are already giving us. Keir Starmer keeps parroting that he will make Brexit work, but he's just clearly in denial. Is it any wonder why, according to what I've heard, Labour are now in danger of losing votes because they are too pro-Brexit? Well, I'm fucking not surprised. And also, in 2 weeks, Suella Braverman is going to take some extreme measures to get to make the Public Order Act worse than it already is. The House of Lords defeated some of the elements or amendments or whatever, and Braverman is taking extreme measures to get them back in. It is clear the Tories are pulling no punches in making Britain a worse place to live than Nazi Germany. I am deeply terrified. Having learned about World War II in years 4 and 9, I know what the Nazis have done, and as well, yeah, I know that the Nazis did not start with gas chambers. It's clearly the boiling frog situation where they make things a bit worse, and a bit worse, so no one would notice. I keep saying we have to do something, but I'm not hearing enough about stuff actually getting done. Extinction Rebellion and Just Stop Oil have been doing really good with their recent protests. Kudos to Just Stop Oil on disrupting that rugby game. But I'm still not sure enough people are getting the message. It is clear the Tories are stopping at nothing. And especially with what I've recently heard about Keir Starmer not accepting the defeats in this year's local elections, and so teaming up with the Tories and Reform UK in one part to gain complete control of certain councils. That's just unspeakably vile. Yet, on Facebook and Twitter, I am still being hounded by pro-Starmer bots, claiming Starmer to be the only way to get rid of the Tories. Replacing the Tories with other Tories is not getting rid of the Tories. Have you seen the dire state Britain is in right now? NHS waiting lists are almost 7.5 million. Food bank use is the highest it's ever been. We are set to break the record for global warming in the next 5 years, and actually had our hottest day on record 10 months ago. I am sick of repeating that we need to force the Tories out, but I have to keep repeating it, because it's clear a lot of you still haven't gotten the message yet. The longer the Tories are in power, the worse things are going to get. And if Keir Starmer wins next year's elections, as he is still projected to, things aren't going to get any better. And also, how the fuck can I trust Keir Starmer, knowing that shortly before our second lockdown in 2020, he demanded that children be in school with no regard for them likely to get COVID as a result. Having tested positive for COVID myself last year, I think Keir Starmer is just vile. And all I've heard about school shootings over in the US this year alone reminds me of how much of a scumbag Starmer was 3 years ago. At first, Keir Starmer was just breaking some of his promises, and I kept hearing claims that he was playing the long game. And now Keir Starmer is even starting to make Rishi Sunak look like Jeremy Corbyn. And don't get me started on Suella Braverman and Jacob Rees-Mogg. I'm pretty sure you've heard Rees-Mogg even wants to raise the retirement age to 72. Literally working us to death. And I've even heard that the DWP are going to stop benefits for more and more people later this year. This farce cannot go on. This summer, we need to gather in Parliament Square. I can't guarantee I'll be there myself, being vulnerable, but it's clear that action has to be taken. 25 million of us in Parliament Square. They can't keep doing this to us. You make peaceful protest illegal. You make even more forceful protest inevitable. You may try to knock us down, but we will come back stronger than ever. Tory rule must end this year.